Big T here. Today I'm going to tie a fly that is apropos for this time of year. I call it the Halloween Frenchie, although this is a fly that can be fished just about any time of the year. It's not just a gimmick fly. I find the brown trout, a wild brown trout on my local tailwater like to eat this particular fly. I'm going to tie it on a size 16 short shanked hook with a 2.5mm hot orange bead. If you don't have hot orange in your bead selection, feel free to use a black or a black nickel, something of that nature. And then what I would change out is, instead of using black thread as I am today, I would use a hot orange or just a regular orange thread and create a hot spot at the collar. This is a black pheasant tail dyed black, and I'm going to pull off about 5 or 6 fibers. All that kind of depends on where you pull the fibers off of the tail and how thick the fibers on that particular feather are. And I'm going to take that and make that tail about roughly half the hook shank. That's a little long, so I'm going to draw it up a bit. That's what I'm looking for right there. And then I'm going to tie in at this point some hot orange in size small of the UTC ultra wire. I'm just going to lay that on top and lock it in real well. These little, what we call Frenchies in the competitive world, I think originated just because, quite honestly, we get lazy tying intricate flies and tend to simplify everything, and then find that ultimately they catch fish just as well. So we're going to wrap the pheasant tail fibers first. A couple wraps ahead and a couple wraps behind to get that locked in well. Some tyers will wrap their wire in a counter direction as they've wrapped the original pheasant tail. I don't really find that to aid in the strength of the fly, so I'm just going to wrap the same way. This is creating about the 3-turn rib on this particular size fly. Larger flies, it will actually create more. Then I've got a pair of junk scissors basically that have doled out over time that I'm going to use to cut my wire and keep those handy. You can also do the helicopter method and twist that off, but I find this to be effective. And really the reason I like to do that is it keeps it from the ends when I helicopter it tend to, I don't know how to describe it, but not lay straight. And sometimes the coloration comes off the wire as well. A little bit of zap-a-gap and a few turns on a whip finish, and that fly is ready to fish. That's the Halloween Frenchie. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Big T Fly Fishing.